Hello everyone, I'm going to go over the paragraphs that I would like you to write and the essay style I'd like you to write too. I explained this the other day, but since I will be gone, I wanted to take a moment to re-explain it and maybe also give you a little more detail on how you could actually write this. Now remember, you have the entire day to write this essay, not just my class, but the entire class day. And also remember, I don't give late grades. And because of that, really, if you don't feel like your essay is good enough, or it's not at 500 words, or you didn't do these things over here, so those 3 things I asked you to do, if you didn't get those done, you don't need to turn it in. You can turn it in on Saturday, Sunday, and we have the day off on Monday, so feel free to work on it over the weekend. But if you work hard, then you won't have any homework. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this right now. The first thing I would like you to write and do is the introduction, which you can see right here. So I'd like you to do that introduction. And this is all the introduction is. You're answering the big question. So the big questions are right here. Why did English colonists come to America? How much did religion affect colonists? So really, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is answer the questions that we've been going over in class all week. And you probably already have a pretty good idea of how much religion actually affected colonists. So all you have to do is answer those 2 big questions in your introduction. You could also start telling me certain things that you're going to get into in the introduction. So you could start telling me about your primary sources that you plan on using, the videos that you got information from. Basically, the introduction is just a place where you can basically just outline the essay. That's it. So answer the question, outline the essay, and that's all. So that's the introduction. Then you move on to the evidence paragraph. And the first evidence paragraph could be that sourcing work from John Winthrop that you guys did with me. This is the paragraph that we wrote together when we were all sitting in that circle over close to the whiteboard. That's the exact same paragraph. You can literally copy and paste that paragraph right into your essay. There is 0 sense not doing that. So copy and paste it right into that essay. And you're just describing your sources. As we talked about too, if you describe each one of your sources, you're going to have so many words. That 500 word count isn't even going to be a problem. So have that sourcing document or have that sourcing paragraph put in right into your essay. And then kind of imagine this as the evidence portion of a race strategy. So for example, if this first paragraph is the first, that's the first paragraph, that would be the R and A of race, or that POQ, right? You're just answering the question. You can even use the questions as part of your answers. Also, number 2, the evidence paragraph is just the C of race, right? You're citing. You're coming up with evidence. And we've already done that with each other. And that's it. You're just putting in that evidence. And then the very third paragraph, the explanation paragraph, that is the E of race, right? That is that explanation. We need you to explain. I want you to tell me, how does this evidence help you support this answer to this question? That's it. You just need to connect those dots. So explain how this evidence supports this answer, which answers this question. That's all. So continue to do that. And here's the best part about the race strategy. You can repeat it over, and over again. So right here I have the word repeat. Once you get done with one set of evidence, why not bring out more evidence? I have given you books. So for example, page 64 through 68 has all of the information you guys could use. You could use that information in order to figure out more facts about religion if you didn't have enough already. I also gave you videos this week. You guys could use those videos that you read, or I'm sorry, listened to. You could listen to those videos again if you wanted to, and then use more of that evidence. Pump it into your essay. And once you're done with that, keep explaining it. Always explain how the evidence proves these 2 questions, okay? And just repeat that process over and over and over again. That's all a good essay writer actually does. They just repeat examination, evidence, and explanation. And they keep doing that over and over. So the big papers that I write for my, for my degree, or the things at the conferences I go to, I do the exact same thing. They're bigger papers than what you're writing, but it's the exact same process. So that's the paragraph style you can write. And remember, you have one more paragraph. You have a conclusion. I'll kind of move this a little over so you can see. So you have a conclusion paragraph. You also have to write a little bit more. There we go. So You need to write a very final conclusion. Make sure that you are using this monitoring and questioning. You should be able to see it in the video if you forgot to copy it down yesterday or you weren't here. Also, ask your neighbors, ask your friends, say, hey, can I see your notebooks? And just remember, all you need to do is to tell me what questions do you still have about religion? What information does you not really get? What more do you want? So use that style, okay? And then number 2, identify ideas, images, or terms that need to be further defined. All that really means is you're trying to explain to me what more information would you have liked to have? Like what more could you have used? Like what primary sources could you have had? What people would you have wanted to know about? Like what's missing? Like where could your research go? If you were going to write this question again or expand this paper, what could you do in order to make it bigger? Like what more stuff would you need? So you just explain that. And again, the conclusion really is just your imagination. Like what questions do you want to come up with, and then what terms or what information, what sources do you want more of? Any of that's fine. So that is the conclusion. And then remember, you have these final 2 pieces up here. First, you have corroboration, which I showed you the video yesterday. The video is still hyperlinked under Thursday. So feel free to use that if you still need it, okay? So you have the corroboration video, and all you had to do is list similarities and differences. And don't forget, I want you to underline every single time you corroborate. And I'm going to attach a paper to this Google Classroom assignment that is an example paper. It's from one of your students. So one of you gets to see your paper as an example. So good work, you impressed me. Use that paper as a guide. Don't copy it because that'll be obvious. But use that paper as a guide. Use that paper to show like, oh yeah, I get this, I understand this. That's all you need to do. And then finally, you need to highlight in yellow. Highlight in yellow every time you contextualization, sorry. I had a hard time saying that word today. Describe a historical moment, person, group, or action. That's literally all you have to do. It's pretty simple. And I just want you to highlight those moments. So for example, if you define Puritans, or you describe who John Winthrop is, or you tell me about a date, and remember we did that last week too, or not last week, but we did that yesterday or the other day, where we described like 1630, you can do the same thing. Describe why those days are important. Give me context. Give me information about those people in that time period. And that's it. That is the essay, okay? I'm only grading these 3 things, so I'm not looking at spelling, I'm not looking at grammar, so don't freak out about that. Just really try to focus on the big things that we're working on. And then next week we will look at the essays again and we will talk about this stuff. So that's been my little blurb. Hope you guys do great. Remember, you don't need to turn. I want you to turn it in on Friday if you're done. Don't waste the day. But if you are nervous, if you need more time, use the weekend. But don't use that as an excuse to do nothing. So, signing off. Have a great day, guys. Bye. Where's the button? There.